Am I the only one that didn't know trauma impacts your body in ways we can't even see? Trauma isn't just an emotional experience, it leaves its mark on the very cells of our being. It's a truth often overlooked, that the wounds we carry run deeper than the surface, impacting not just our minds but also our physical health in profound ways. Trauma has a profound impact on both psychological and physical well-being, and understanding that connection is essential for both healing and prevention. In this video, we'll journey into the hidden connection between trauma and the body, exploring the ways it manifests physically and understanding why this awareness is so crucial for healing. Stay tuned. The grip of trauma. Chronic muscle tension. When we experience trauma, our bodies go into survival mode, bracing for further threat even when the danger has passed. This state of constant vigilance often translates into chronic muscle tension. Many trauma survivors carry this tension in their necks, shoulders and backs, feeling the weight of the world on them. It's as if the body itself is holding on to the trauma, unable to fully relax and let go. This constant tension can lead to chronic headaches, migraines and debilitating pain, reminding us that the impact of trauma extends far beyond our minds. The rhythm of trauma-altered breathing patterns. Trauma can disrupt one of our most fundamental life processes, breathing. When faced with overwhelming experiences, our breath becomes shallow and rapid, a reflection of our nervous system stuck in overdrive. This altered breathing, often unnoticed, deprives our bodies of vital oxygen and can contribute to a host of problems, from fatigue and dizziness to anxiety and panic attacks. It's a vicious cycle where trauma affects our breath, and our altered breathing perpetuates a state of stress and unease. The shadow of trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. For many, trauma doesn't fade with time. It lingers in the form of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. This condition is a testament to the enduring impact of trauma on both the mind and body. The flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts are not merely psychological phenomena. They trigger a cascade of physiological responses. The body relives the trauma with racing heart, sweating and overwhelming fear, further etching the experience into our very being. The language of trauma, chronic pain. The mind and body are inextricably linked, and trauma exploits this connection, often manifesting as chronic pain. This pain isn't a figment of the imagination. It's a very real physical sensation rooted in the nervous system's response to trauma. Survivors may experience persistent pain in various parts of their bodies, even without any apparent physical injury. This pain is the body's way of communicating its distress, a cry for help and healing. Trauma's silent assault immune system dysregulation. Chronic stress, often a consequence of unresolved trauma, weakens our defenses in ways we may not even realize. Our immune system, designed to protect us, becomes compromised, leaving us vulnerable to infections and illnesses. The constant flood of stress hormones disrupts the delicate balance of our immune response, increasing the risk of autoimmune disorders and other inflammatory conditions. Trauma, it seems, has a way of attacking us from within. The heart, a symbol of resilience, bears the brunt of trauma's impact. Years of living with the residue of traumatic experiences take a toll on our cardiovascular system. The constant surge of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol damages blood vessels, leading to high blood pressure, an increased risk of heart attacks and even strokes. The heart, once a symbol of strength, becomes vulnerable under the weight of unprocessed trauma. The impact of trauma extends even to our metabolism, influencing our relationship with food and our bodies. The stress hormone cortisol, a key player in our body's response to trauma, can lead to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. This isn't simply about willpower or lifestyle choices. It's about the body's physiological response to chronic stress, seeking comfort and security in times of perceived threat. Trauma experienced in childhood casts a long shadow, influencing our health and well-being for decades to come. These adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs, encompass abuse, neglect, and various forms of household dysfunction. They leave an indelible mark on our developing brains and bodies, increasing the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and mental health disorders in adulthood. The impact of childhood trauma is a stark reminder that early intervention and prevention are crucial. Understanding the intricate ways trauma manifests in our bodies is not about dwelling on the negative. It's about empowering ourselves to heal. Understanding these consequences helps guide treatment approaches. For example, somatic therapies, trauma-informed care, and mindfulness-based practices can all be powerful tools for healing trauma, addressing not just the psychological scars but also the physical ones. By addressing the physical manifestations of trauma, we create a pathway for deeper emotional and psychological healing. What are your thoughts on integrating more body-focused treatments into trauma recovery programs? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below.